How to build model buildings. Model buildings come in many different shapes and sizes and appear in many different contexts. They can be the focal points in dioramas for school projects, or a part of the background scenery in model railway sets. Creating a model of a particular building is easier than you might think, and the materials to put it all together are inexpensive and easy to come by. Steps. 1. Decide what building you are going to create. Whether it is from your imagination or down the block, you will need to have a strong mental image of what it is you will be creating. 2. Create a 3D image of your model from all angles. Using a ruler, graphing paper, and a pencil, draw what each observable side of the building would look like. If possible, refer to photographs of the original building you are aiming to recreate. Remember to also refer to your other drawings and the grid lines to ensure that the heights and widths of certain architectural features are represented consistently. 3. Copy each of the drawings you made on the graphing paper onto cardstock. 4. Cut out the cardstock walls. Using a sharp cutting tool like an X-Acto knife, carefully cut the walls of your cardstock model out. Remember to separate walls that will be standing apart from one another. You will also want to cut out any windows or openings at this time. 5. Create the floor piece. Lay the walls out over a piece of cardstock so that the bottom corners of each adjoining wall touch. Use this as a guide, trace out your cardstock floor. For this project, you will want to expand this line out 1 or 2 centimeters and cut it free from the rest of the cardstock. Additionally, you will want to create a few holes near the middle of the floor section that you will be able to get your fingers through for later. 6. Add tabs to the back of your wall pieces. Using the discarded cardstock from before, glue tabs to the inside of your model building's walls. These will be used shortly to hold the model together. Remember to add a few tabs on each wall section to connect to the floor and the roof. 7. Carefully glue the walls of your model together. With the tabs folded inward, use a strong craft glue to hold the walls together. Be mindful that the bottom of both pieces are straight and line up correctly. 8. Use a sheet of graphing paper to recreate the roof. Because many roofs are angled, the actual dimensions of the roof can be skewed when viewed from the side. However, with the walls of your model now in place, you do not need to worry about calculating lengths for roof pieces. Lay a folded sheet of graph paper, ideally along one of the grid lines, on top of your model's walls so that it mimics a roof, and sketch out the extent you want the gables to extend. 9. Create the cardstock roof. From the graphing paper, copy the roof plan from your drawing onto cardstock and cut it out. It is generally easier if you do not cut the peak of the roof, but fold it instead. 10. Glue the roof and floor sections to the walls. Turning the house over, you can easily align the roof and wall sections so that they sit well together. Carefully attach the floor section on once the roof, wall tabs have dried. 11. Apply a thin layer of clay to the walls of the model. Being careful not to cover up the windows or other openings. Pinch the corners together gently so that the clay bonds or holds. 12. Gently carve details into the clay. The clay allows you to recreate any and all distinctive textures on the walls of facade of your model building. Do not cut deeply into the clay and be mindful of the scale of your model. Refer to photos or the drawing you made on the graphing paper originally. 13. Allow the clay to dry. 14. Apply a thin layer of clay to the roof of the model. 15. Gently carve details into the clay roof sections. 16. Allow the clay to dry. 17. Paint your model building. Tips. For best results, be very mindful of the clay. Apply it to the cardstock in even sheets so that the end product doesn't look like blobs.